Welcome back. Interior designer Tracy Wharton is with me this morning. She's in to talk about what to do if you're on a tight budget, but you're still wanting to fix up an ugly space. Trace, thanks so much for being here. I'm sure this is something you're hearing from a lot of clients.
I am, and that's kind of why I thought it would be a good thing to run over with you.
It's tough times, absolutely, right now. We're going to hit two main issues that I know you hear a lot from people that you work with. One is, what if you have really bad flooring or carpet? And then the next is really bad cabinetry. Can't just do a big full-on renovation. So we'll start with the flooring. Yeah. This is, you've sort of sourced for us, kind of that 1960s carpet.
Yeah, actually, I think probably 80s.
Is that what you think? Okay, the seafoam color.
We see a lot of that. So to start with, you would want to kind of make the carpet not be the odd man out in the room. And this can be hard for people who don't like the flooring to do.
Right.
But when you're choosing a wall color, ideally you're going to choose something that blends with the carpet or the flooring, whatever it is.
So essentially what you're telling people is you don't have the money or the budget to rip out that carpet.
Right.
You want to embrace the color and make the best out of it. So paint is the big thing, and you're saying you should bring in a complementary color and pretty close to the color you have.
Should be quite close. You definitely want to avoid anything on the opposite side of the color wheel. You don't want to go with reds or pinks with this because that'll make it pop, and we don't want to make it pop.
Right.
What we want to have pop is the accessories rather than the flooring.
Okay, so essentially what you're doing is you're adding more seafoam. You better get to like your seafoam if you don't like the carpet, but you're sort of taking away that power, as you said, and then these accessories prove to be a distraction in the room.
That's right. They become the odd man out. They become the thing where your eye goes to rather than the flooring.
Got you. Okay. So when we're talking about these kinds of accessories, are you looking for metallics or things that have some kind of a reflection, or what's your recommendation for those things?
The metallics are nice because they're neutral.
Okay.
Just something that pops, but again, like I said, not from the other side of the color wheel. So you want to avoid reds or pinks with green. You want to, if you, heaven help you, if you had a purple carpet, you'd not want to put it with yellow.
Right.
So just sort of staying with harmonious colors, the colors that are monochromatic.
Gotcha.
And on that same side of the color wheel.
Okay. Yeah. Our next issue, of course, as we mentioned, is cabinetry. What if you have this guy, we all know it so well, this old school kind of oak with the old brass cabinetry? What is the easiest thing to do? This is a great DIY project, you said.
Yes, these are projects where if you're kind of handy, you can do this. It's labor intensive, but it doesn't necessarily require a lot of skill.
Okay, so we have two versions here of things you've done over. Tell me about this one and why we're seeing this line down the middle here.
So this is a gel coat, and what's happened here is just to show you, this is with one coat of the gel coat, and this is with two. So you have to go darker. You only have the option to go darker with the gel coat, but it does allow you to keep that wood look if that's really important to you.
Okay. What exactly is a gel coat, though? You always hear just people saying, I'll just paint my cabinets, but what's a gel coat?
It's a special product, and you can put it on, and you don't have to do a huge amount of sanding. So you don't have to restain. That's the nice thing. It's almost like a glaze. Yeah.
Okay, that's great, especially if you've got some kind of an antique wash or something in an existing cabinet. Then it's not as hard. Okay, and then is this just straight paint?
This is chalk paint.
Chalk paint.
Yeah, and chalk paint has been popular for cabinetry in the UK for decades.
Okay.
Starting to come over here. This is a couple of coats of chalk paint, and then it's got a clear coat, a protective coat over the top. You can also use a special wax over the top to do a protective coat.
Okay. Yeah. Why is chalk paint becoming so popular? And is this the same paint that people use in kids' rooms where they literally can chalk right on it?
It is.
Okay.
Yes. One of the nice things about it is you don't have to do any sanding, any prep. You can just straight start painting. So that's one of the great things about it.
It's interesting how it's not really black. I'm seeing almost like a bit of a blue tinge in there, which is really nice. Let's talk about,
and you can actually do any color with this. So you can go lighter. So we happen to choose charcoal, but you can actually go white or whatever you wanted. So that's a nice thing.
And you've changed out the fixture to this gorgeous little guy, but you said you did kind of do a little splurge
This is a little splurge. This one's from Anthropology, but I wanted to keep the brass because this door happens to have exposed brass hinges, and changing out your hinges is a hard job. Luckily, the gold metallics are really coming back.
Yeah.
So we're just running with it and giving it a nice update.
Great. Tracy, thank you so much for being here. I know we went through all of these things quite quickly, but Tracy has a detailed blog on her website with instructions for these projects and also details about where to get all the products we talked about. So just head to Dovecote Design. Sorry, Dovecote. What am I? DovecoteDesign.ca. DOVE. Apparently, Kelsey, is pronounced dove and dove.